What if I told you this $10,000 first class flight cost me less than an economy ticket? Sounds crazy, but today I'm in the vibrant city of Singapore and I'm about to board what I truly believe is the best first class flight experience in the world. Now, I'm not a millionaire and I'm definitely not Jeff Bezos. I'm just a regular traveller who managed to unlock a level of luxury I never thought I'd get to experience, and I did it all on a budget. From having my own private suite in the sky to caviar service, champagne on demand, and even a double bed at 35,000 feet. This flight is on a whole different level. And the best part, I booked it using one of the smartest redemption hacks I've ever pulled off. So if you've ever dreamed of traveling like a true VIP without spending like one, stick around, because at the end of this video, I'll break down exactly how I booked it and how much I really paid. When you fly first class for Singapore Airlines, the experience begins long before you step on board the aircraft. You're greeted with a red carpet and checked in at a private desk, where everything is taken care of while you relax. And because I was flying in their flagship first class suites, I was given access to the private room. A lounge so exclusive, it's first class for first class. And today I'm flying first class on first class, and it's every bit as incredible as it sounds. Next up was security, and just like everything else, it was completely private. VIP style, no queues, no crowds, just me. Once through, I headed straight to the lounge. I'd heard so much about the private room and I really wanted to soak in the full experience. So I arrived a good 3.5 hours before my flight. You enter through the regular first class lounge doors, but the private room is tucked discreetly to the left. And this is where things started to feel truly special. The space itself is stunning. Think 5-star hotel lobby meets private club. Elegant chandeliers, contemporary artwork, plush furnishings, and a beautifully calming atmosphere. There are multiple seating zones, private work pods, lounge-style sofas, and a full a la carte dining area where everything is made to order. But before I sat down to eat, I went for a proper look around, and I'm so glad I did. The shower suites were more like spa bathrooms, beautifully designed and incredibly private. And then came something you rarely see in any lounge, actual hotel-style rooms. These aren't just nap pods or quiet areas, you're given a proper key card, just like in a hotel. The space is yours for 3 or 4 hours. Each room was fully soundproofed, with a Temper memory foam mattress, fresh bedding, and gorgeous soft lighting. And if you want even more privacy, you can order food and drinks directly to your room. It honestly felt more like a luxury hotel suite than an airport lounge. If I didn't have an epic flight coming up, I'd have stayed there all day. Arriving in the lounge just after midday meant perfect timing to explore the full lunch menu. Things kicked off with a cappuccino, one of the best I've had in years, incredibly smooth and perfectly balanced. Alongside it, a fresh watermelon juice added a nice, refreshing touch. Of course, champagne was offered, and that's not something that I can ever turn down. Cheers, guys! The first dish was a roast beef salad with tomatoes and sesame soy dressing. While the beef was decent, the salad leaves were a bit lifeless, not far off what you'd get from a supermarket bag. Still, it all disappeared. Next up, another glass of champagne, the Blanc de Millionaire, surprisingly the cheaper of the two, but in my opinion, far and away the favourite. For the main course, it was the Wagyu beef burger, again accompanied by that forgettable salad, but the burger itself, rich, juicy and full of flavour. Exactly what you'd hope for from Wagyu beef. There was also a small plate of seared scallops, which were beautifully done. They were tender, buttery and well seasoned. With room left for one more dish, it was time for the famous assorted satay. And this one really delivered. Chicken and beef skewers grilled to perfection with a satay sauce that hit every note. Sweet, salty, spicy, it was easily the highlight of the meal. To finish off though, something a little different. A fresh coconut. Chilled and straight from the shell, the perfect way to cool things down after all of that spice. Eventually, it was time to leave. The experience in the private room had come to an end, but what was waiting on board was just as exciting. There is actually another first class lounge here in Singapore, but including both in one video would be a bit much, so in a month or two, I'll be releasing a full comparison between the first class lounge and the private room. Today's flight was departing from Gate B2, and as a suites passenger, there's a dedicated boarding lane, meaning you're among the very first to step on board. The first class suites cabin is located on the upper deck of the Airbus A380, and this is where things start to feel truly next level.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, how are you doing? Thank you for a great welcome. Thank you. Hi. Hi. Thank you. Lovely. How are you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Pleased to meet you.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. So after a very warm welcome on board, the crew somehow knew my name before even seeing my boarding pass, and I wasn't the only one flying in these suites. How do they manage that kind of personal touch? I've got no idea, but it was seriously impressive. Almost as impressive as the suite itself. Before there was even time to look around, a glass of Krug champagne appeared with a warm, refreshing towel. It was the perfect start. Near to the entrance to the suite, there's a dedicated wardrobe where a set of Lalique pyjamas hung neatly on a coat hanger. It was a lovely detail. The main leather seat is positioned in the center of the suite and is fully adjustable using a touchscreen control in the armrest. It slides left and right and fully reclines into a bed if needed. To the side of the chair, all the charging points are neatly tucked away, and inside the vanity unit, there's an LED lit mirror, a pair of high-end noise-cancelling headphones, and a stunning Lalique amenity kit. There was also a full menu, but I've included all of that at the end of the video if you'd like to take a look. That will be left on at the end of the video.
A few moments later.
Before takeoff, it was time to check out the onboard bathroom. Now, unlike Emirates, Singapore Airlines doesn't offer a shower, but the space is still incredibly impressive. It's larger than most bathrooms at home, with a padded leather bench, a vanity mirror, and plenty of room to move around. Every drawer was fully stocked with grooming essentials, including shavers, wipes, and scented sprays, all branded with Singapore Airlines and Lalique. And then it was time to head back. With slippers deployed and Krug in hand, the transformation was complete. From economy lad to sweet king, it was time to go and get settled in for takeoff. I managed to get some great footage of our takeoff out of Singapore, but if watching planes lift off isn't your thing, feel free to skip ahead to the main event, the meal service. Once we were up and in the sky, things kicked off with a fresh glass of Krug, and after the satay back in the lounge, I couldn't resist ordering the satay assortment again. There was no regrets from me though, it was just as good at 35,000 feet. Then came the caviar course, served with all the trimmings of course. There was no mother of pearl spoon though like Emirates, but to be honest, I actually preferred the taste of this one. Not that I'm a caviar expert or anything though. For the main course, I went with the gorgeous lamb shank, a favourite of my granddad's, and he would have loved this one. It was beautifully cooked, rich, tender, and yes, I did finish every bite. Dessert soon followed though, and it was something that looked like an elevated apple pie, although it was shaped more like a pastry sausage roll. It was very odd to look at, but the flavours really worked. Then came the cheese board, and it's not something that I would usually go for, but the chef did insist, and to be fair, it was lovely. I just stuck to the 2 milder cheeses. I wasn't ready for anything too adventurous at this altitude. And then after what felt like an absolutely belt-busting meal, I needed to change into something more forgiving. It was the perfect time to try out the Lalique pyjamas and get ready to enjoy the full suite experience. Now, this is the pinnacle of first class travel. Here's the magic. If the suite next to yours is empty and you ask the crew nicely, they'll lower the divider and turn it into a double suite, complete with a double bed. It's genuinely the size of a small hotel room. It felt massive and I've never experienced anything like it. A real pinch me moment to even be here. Now these suites are totally unbelievable, but with the divider down and 2 suites turned into a full hotel room with a double bed in the middle of it, oh my god, we are talking royalty, next level VIP stuff. And at the end of this video guys, don't forget I'm going to show you exactly how you can book it for yourselves. My last review on the channel was Emirates First Class, and if you haven't seen that one yet, I'm going to leave a link at the end of this video, as it's really good to compare both first class products. And now here I am with Singapore Airlines. Naturally, one of the questions I do get asked a lot is what is the best first class in the world? Now over the years I've flown first with British Airways and Qatar Airways, and both were fantastic in their own right. But honestly for me it comes down to Emirates and Singapore, and they're pretty much neck and neck. Both offer incredible experiences but in slightly different ways, and it really depends on what kind of luxury you're after. If I had to explain it in layman's terms, Emirates is like the Lamborghini or Ferrari of first class. It's bold, it's flashy, and it's made for Instagram. Singapore Airlines on the other hand is pure Rolls Royce. It's understated, elegant, and effortlessly classy. The service for Singapore just oozes refinement. It's not as showy, but it has this calm, confident luxury that really stays with you. If I was forced to choose between the two, honestly, it would be a complete 50-50 decision. And I'm sorry to sit on the fence, but it really does come down to personal preference. What I can say for sure is this: whichever one you choose, you remember it for the rest of your life. So, how did I book this flight? Singapore Airlines Suites typically cost upwards of £5,000, and in some cases even £10,000. But every month, Singapore Airlines quietly releases some Mumbai and Delhi routes at a massive discount. Just 58,000 Singapore Airlines miles and around £40 in taxes. And in my opinion, this is one of the best value mileage redemptions in the world right now. For that few miles and that little taxes, there is nothing that comes close. So how to get Singapore Airlines miles? You can earn Singapore Airlines miles by using an American Express card, hit the welcome bonus and transfer the points, and technically there's nothing stopping you from cancelling the card afterwards, meaning it might only cost you a single month's card fee. Of course, I'm not advising you to do that for obvious reasons, but it's just worth you guys knowing. Alternatively, try their Singapore Airlines shopping portal, and it's easier than you think, and those miles add up really quickly, especially around Christmas and birthdays when a lot of retailers offer bonus points. So let me know in the comments if this is something you'd love to try, or if you think it's the best value redemption out there today. And finally, last week's winner of the Emirates Vulgari amenity kit is Gillian Maynard. Gillian, get in touch via email or drop a DM on YouTube and I'll get it sent out to you straight away. Thanks so much for watching guys. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget, if you have done, if you could please hit the like button. It really does help me grow my channel, and I'll see you again soon in a couple of weeks' time.